I think things went as anticipated. We have a very intelligent and a very fair judge, and I continue to be hopeful and confident that 1070 will be declared unlawful because it violates federal immigration law.
What did you think about some of the concerns that the judge said she was questioning your client's standing?
I thought that those were very good questions. Those are standard questions whenever someone sues a law that has yet to be enforced. I think the case law is clear that a state employee or a government employee has standing if there is a credible threat of enforcement. I think this morning we established a credible threat of enforcement because neither the governor nor the city of Phoenix suggested in any way that they did not intend to enforce the law against Officer Salgado or against CPLC's students.
Also, the judge asked a lot of questions about how long a person could be held while their immigration status is checked and under what circumstances, felony, misdemeanor, spitting on the sidewalk, as you say.
Yeah, and there wasn't really a good answer. This law expressly allows law enforcement agencies to detain someone indefinitely until they prove they're an American citizen. Now, the governor's council candidly conceded that that's unconstitutional. But that's what this law says. This law says a lot of things that are unconstitutional. That's why we brought this case. And it was edifying that the governor's council admitted that very significant sentences in 1070 violate well-established constitutional law.
What's there that only part of the law you felt was unconstitutional? Is that right?
What's that?
You said that you agreed with the judge that only part of the law.
Yeah, that is true. We did not. Let this be very clear. We only attacked several provisions of the law that we believed were unconstitutional. We did not challenge the law in its entirety. Never intended to, because it would have been unjustified. We did carefully select those portions of the law that we felt were unconstitutional, and it was only those portions of the law that contradicted pre-existing federal laws.
What's the irreparable harm to your client?
Mr. Edmundo Hidalgo.
Can you hear from your client, please?
Sure.
Edmundo Hidalgo, Chicanos por la Causa. We're extremely positive with the tone and the direction of the judge. We believe that the questions that the judge was asking were very much in point to the arguments that we're trying to make, in that this particular law would single out Hispanics, Latinos, both documented and undocumented, and that's the argument that we've been trying to make all along. The fact that some very specific provisions of 1070 only targets Latinos in this state, in this community, and that's the argument that we're making, that police officers are being handcuffed because they're being mandated to follow through and to follow up, on a legal status, even if an individual is here legally, even if an individual is a U.S. citizen, but who happens to not have their documentation with them, they could be arrested until proven differently. And again, that is very much at the face of our Constitution. And for us, the tone and the questions the judge was asking, the clarifications, were very much on point with the arguments that we're making.
Could you say your name again, please, slowly?
Edmundo Hidalgo, Chicanos por la Causa.
¿Nos puede dar
Español?
español?
Montoya.
Violent gangs are made up of illegal immigrants. What's the reaction?
Okay.
Violent gangs exist, all throughout the state, all throughout this country, that is not made up of illegal immigrants. You have nationals, you have U.S. born, and so again, their reach is very broad. And it doesn't pertain just specifically to a segment which is being targeted with this particular law. Thank you.
¿Nos puede dar una declaración en español, por favor?
Salgado, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. First, I want to thank the Lord for allowing this to happen, and I just want to thank God that I have a good legal team, and I'm pretty sure that this law is going to be blocked.
Sir, were you expecting a decision today, or was this encouraging that she's going to wait?
No, she's going to wait.
I mean, was it encouraging though, or were you expecting a decision?
It's encouraging. When in court, I was very satisfied with the court hearings.
But given that Jack Harris has said that there's problems with the law, and he's in fact filed an affidavit, what makes you believe you're going to get fired?
Because they're presently training everyone to enforce the law, and the city has said in writing to the court that unless the judge enjoins the law, the city is obligated to enforce it. So, Howie, in response to your question, the reason why we believe that Jack Harris is going to enforce this law is because that's what the city of Phoenix told the judge in writing in this very case, so we got to believe it's true.
But has the city of Phoenix ever said that they are going to sue you?
Well, but see, he has a duty to enforce the law, and remember, he's suing as a police officer who's also an employee. And as you know, employees can be fired when they don't follow the employer's rules, and this is one of those rules that could result in his termination.
But has the city of Phoenix ever said they will fire an officer if they do not enforce the law?
Yes, the city of Phoenix has repeatedly said that in the past, and the city of Phoenix, don't take my word for it, go ask Jack Harris if he's going to allow someone to, if he's going to allow one of his officers pick and choose what laws he can enforce.
Oficial Salgado, ¿se puede dar una declaración en español?
What was the question?
It's a pretty bold step that you made coming out against the law. Why did you do it?
The reasons why I did it is because sometimes in life we have to do what is right. I am, like I said, I am not a politician and I am not an activist. And when this law was created and when it was established and when it was signed, I knew I had to take a step of faith on blocking this law because I had a duty to do that as far as a citizen of Arizona and as a Phoenix police officer.
Officer Salgado, if this case goes against you, will you enforce the law?
Officer Salgado is going to stick with what he said in court. He doesn't intend to enforce this law until the judge tells him that he can, because this law doesn't violate federal law.
Algo en español.
En español, por favor. En español.
Uno más en español.
Sí, gracias.
What kind of
¿Qué es
reaction,
lo que
sir?
dijo con lo que pasó ahora en corte, señor? ¿Qué es su reacción ante lo que escuchó usted que dijo la jueza?
A mí me dio mucha gusto con la juez, porque ella estaba muy confianza que para mí que esto no es esta ley que necesitamos aquí en Arizona o Estados Unidos.
¿Va usted a cumplir con la ley o no, señor?
Hasta no, pero si pasa esta ley, lo voy a tener.
One last question, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks.